Hey, this is Mark Wyatt. I'm here with your At the Capitol update. This is funnel week. This is the week that bills either progress on for the rest of the legislative session and remain alive, or they're dead. So if they don't have a hearing in a committee this week, they don't advance on. Let me give you a quick update of what's moving on and what's not. There is a bill that's moving right now called House File 524. This is the hit and run bill. So if you leave the scene of a crash without knowledge that there was a crash, but you later learn that there was a crash or an injury or fatality, you need to report yourself. And if you don't, it's a felony, either a Class C or Class D felony, depending on if it's an injury or a fatality. This is important for bicyclists because there's a lot of hit and run crashes that happen that affect bicyclists every year. So we want to make sure that we pay careful attention. This has passed the House 90-3, and it's waiting on Senate action to move it forward. I think this is after the Ames bus crash a couple years back, the crash involving the Bachelor a few years ago. But every year there's 2 or 3 hit and run crashes for bicyclists that we need to pay attention to. So House File 524 is an important bill that we're continuing to watch. Enhanced penalties is another bill that we're watching, and we're not really sure that it's going to move. In fact, we're pretty doubtful at this point, this being funnel week, and we haven't seen a subcommittee started on this one yet. However, it's not been on the committee agenda yet. However, we've got some reports from legislators that they're interested in working on this in the interim. That's the summer, if you will, and then picking it up next session. So we have some education to do on Senate File 70 and why bicyclists aren't on the enhanced penalty list. So right now, if you're in a fatal or serious injury bike crash, it's a traffic ticket and a scheduled fine. If you're a motorcycle, if you're an automobile, if you're a pedestrian, you fall into the enhanced penalty list within certain infractions. So we want to make sure that bicycling is on the enhanced penalty list. It's not raising fines, it's not doing anything different than other modes of transportation, it's just creating a consistency across the board in the Iowa Code. So we had some movement with e-bikes. Now I told you last week it passed the House chamber unanimously and got sent over to the Senate. The Senate hadn't passed theirs Transportation Committee in time, so the process has to start over. Yeah, I know this is cumbersome, but this is kind of the way it works. So it has to start over with subcommittee. It will be reassigned, we believe, to the same subcommittee members that were on it before, and then it'll have to go to Transportation and have to go to the House. If they amend it anywhere in the process, it has to go back over to the House to be debated with the amendment. So heads up on the e-bike bill, and we know there's an amendment coming probably on something to do with speed limits on trails. So watch for more information coming out on the e-bike bill. So our distracted driving bills are both funnel proof. So the hands-free while driving, and then the distracted driving and driver's education is just waiting for Senate debate. It hasn't been called to the calendar yet, but we're waiting for that, and there's no hurry at that point since it's through the first funnel and technically through the second funnel already. So we're good on that one for the next month until we reach the April 5th funnel date, and then we need to have some action there. So things are looking good. We've got a lot of things through the legislature that's through the funnel. There's nothing pending except for the Senate File 70, the enhanced penalties one, and we're watching that carefully in case anything pops up this week. So what you can do is continue to email your legislator about enhanced penalties, continue to email them about distracted driving, and make sure that if you're on the e-bike bill, you talk to your legislator about those too. We have legislative forums that are happening every weekend, and we're trying to update people when those are happening in your districts. So if you get an email, make sure you get a chance to attend. Finally, if you can help us out, this sort of work costs money. We have to pay lobbyists, we have our email platform, we have our bill tracker and things like that. That all cost money that we need funded. So if you can make donations, iowabicyclecoalition.org/gives, it would be much appreciated. That's it for this week. Mark Wyatt at the Iowa State Capitol.